I've got no idea about this investment area. I haven't got a clue about where to buy properties. But I have created the Property Investment Profiler, which is going to help me assess a completely new area and hopefully help you do the same. Best of all, I'm going to take you through it step by step in this video and give you completely free access to it at the end of the video. Hi guys, I'm Jim, and along with my brother, we have a small property portfolio in the northwest of England. But we also help investors hands-free invest into the northwest to build their own portfolio up. This channel is going to document my learnings and experience, boots on the ground in property investing. So if that sounds like a bit of you, make sure you subscribe to the channel and let's get into the Property Investment Profiler. Super quick, it's worth mentioning, it's super important knowing your investments area. I'm not going to spend too long on this, but you want to know the detail because you're going to be investing there potentially for 20, 25, 30 years. So you sort of want to know all of the detail about the area before you just jump in heads first and spend, 100, 150 grand on a property. So it's just really important to understand the area from every sort of aspect, micro and macro as well. With that being said, let's get into it. First on the list is let's generate a random place in the UK for us to do this. So we're on random English city generator and let's find out where we are going to be doing our analysis on the area for. Coventry, let's go for it then. So before we get into the major detail, I'm going to take you through the Property Investments Profiler template. So obviously it's on Notion, we use a lot of our stuff for Notion. So this is going to be a blank profiler for you to fill in and I will also go along and start filling this in for Coventry so you can see both. I'll send you the information for the blank one and I'll also send you the sort of detailed one I'm going to do about Coventry. So we'll just fly through the blank one just so you know what we're going to be looking at and then we can do it for real. So first off the bat, we need to understand the ranking system when you're looking at investment areas. So we like to think about this from 1 to a 10. So a 10 is like the sort of mansions in your local area. So this is where, the sort of really affluent places, everyone's going to know these locations, super nice properties, detached gated communities, by me on the Wirral, it's places like Heswell and Pensby, they're the sort of 10. And then the ones are where, all the crime and the sort of smackheads live. You don't want to be buying properties in either of these places because, one, you're just going to get a really bad tenant demographic, and 10, the return's not going to be there because the purchase price is going to be too high, so that'll drive your yield down. You want to be shopping in the area around 3 to a 6, so a little bit outside of maybe the really rough areas, but the places where you can still get a good link between property prices and rental prices, but it's sort of not too posh or too affluent or too expensive. So that sort of frames like the areas we're going to be looking for whenever we go to these places. And then we've just got some key information here, location, population in the area. These are important to understand because this is, fundamentally how many people live in the area. Key attractions and investments in the area. This is super important because this is ultimately the reason why people will go to that area. So you can list out all the big businesses, tourist attractions, what's the area's famous for, infrastructure, motorways, train stations. Is there any big investment projects coming up in the area? If you want to be super good, which I can show you in a minute, you can plot the main stuff on a Google map as well. So you can see it all on a G map for like your investments area, which is interesting. Facebook groups, now this is a really niche thing to do, but I think it's super valuable. There's loads of property investing in Facebook groups, and people will literally give away information about their area to try and attract investors to it, to invest with them. So we're going to do a little trawl for Coventry on these Facebook groups to see what information people will come out with. Obviously, this isn't like, I'm not saying go based solely off these recommendations, but it might give you a steer in specific areas within Coventry because we don't, Coventry's going to be a big place. It's a big city. It's like, it'd be like saying Manchester or Birmingham. They're massive places. You want tiny little pockets, streets, couple of roads in those cities where you're going to be buying properties. So that's a really good hack, Facebook group. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We've got a thing called Prime Location Heat Map, and this is a really good website where it shows you the average purchase prices across the UK. And it sort of plots them on a heat map so you can see where the really good areas are and where the not so good areas are. That is really useful. And I'll sort of drill down on like what colour on the heat map we're sort of looking for. We're going to go over property prices and rental income so we understand what the actual market's like. And then we're going to get a list of local estate agents to ring to sort of corroborate what we're sort of saying about our research and to ask them. So this is the template, and now we're going to go through it. So Coventry, insert name, Location, Coventry. So, first job on the list is find out the population of Coventry. So let's just pull Coventry up on the map. So it's in the sort of Midlands in the UK, super close to Birmingham, not far from Leicester as well. Let's have a look. So we got some good, not far from the M6, which is going to be useful. Some major A roads here coming in and out of Coventry. I have actually been to Coventry. I did a bike ride around Coventry, but I know nothing about where to buy property. University of Warwick. So there's first win already there. The Wave Water Park. There's a hospital there. Just have a general look. Jaguar Land Rover Limited. Okay. Okay, they've got an aeroplane club. See the train stations here running through the centre. So there's probably going to be good links between Coventry and Birmingham, I'd imagine, and possibly how far are we from London? It's not that far from London. I mean, what's that going to be, an hour and a half maybe? Let's have a look. Coventry directions. So you're looking at an hour and 20 to London, so that is commutable for people. So you might be able to, that's not outside of the question for people to be living in Coventry and to be working in London, I don't think. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. Let's follow the profiler. So Coventry population. So 345,324 people in a 2021 census, making it the 10th largest city in England and the 13th largest in the United Kingdom. Oh, nice. So, let's copy and paste that. Whack that in our Notion page. So we've got a general idea there. What's also worth doing is, it's definitely worth, if you're completely new to an area, it's probably worth just spending 5 minutes reading about on the Wikipedia page just to understand a little bit about the area and what it's sort of famous for. This will feed into the tourist attractions and investments side of it, but just to sort of set the scene on the area. So second largest city in the West Midlands after Birmingham, which makes sense. It's separated by an area of green beltline and Mirror and Grap. It's the third largest in the wider Midlands after Birmingham and Leicester. Okay. So the city is part of a larger known as Coventry and Bedworth urban area. So this is interesting because we have something like this in Liverpool. It's called the Liverpool City Region, which sort of encompasses Liverpool and the Wirral as well, which is interesting. All right, here we go. So some good stats here. Coventry is 19 miles southeast of Birmingham, 24 miles southwest of Leicester, 10 miles north of Warwick, and 94 miles northwest of London. 94 miles isn't actually that far, so this is, that's definitely going to be a big pull for Coventry, is its proximity to London. Coventry is the most central city in England, being only 12 miles southwest of the country's geographical centre in Leicestershire. Well, there you go. Learning something new every day. So a bit of the history here. Wealthy in the Middle Ages. Important industrial centre. Okay, that's going to be interesting for us. Important industrial centre. So I'm expecting to see a lot of industry local to this. Holds a large bicycle industry in the 19th century. 20th century major centre of the British motor industry. This made a target for Germany. Yeah, I did know this. Coventry got hammered during the Second World War. Apparently Churchill knew about it. But there you go. City was rebuilt after the war and the motor industry thrived until the mid-1970s. However, by the late 70s, early 80s, Coventry was in economic crisis. One of the country's highest levels of employment due to major plant closures and collapse of respective local supply chain. In recent years, this is good. It's seen regeneration and an increase in population. The city also has 3 universities. Here we go. Okay, this is good. This is good information. Coventry University, University of Warwick on the southern outskirts, and the smaller private Arden University with its headquarters close to Coventry Airport. In addition, Coventry was awarded the UK City of Culture 2021. So there's definitely some good stuff off the bat there. So let's get that in our Notion page. What I'd recommend is, I like to put a lot of links in these Notion pages to make it super easy to, when I'm referencing stuff back, or you might end up sending this stuff to investors, and if you've got all the information in one place, I think it's going to look really professional, and certainly if I was an investor, I would like that. So yeah, you can just copy and paste the sort of Wikipedia information. So we've already got some information which is good here. So 3 major unis in the area. What have we got? We got Coventry Uni, Uni of Warwick, and Arden Uni. Okay, so that's some good information already. Close to Birmingham. Leicester and Warwick. Also 94 miles from London. Approx 1 hour 20 minutes on the train. Okay, so we're starting to paint a good picture of this. So that I'm instantly thinking 3 unis, student HMOs possibly. But also, standard buy-to-let work in pretty much every place in the UK, really. We just need to understand the pockets in Coventry, which is the plan with this, and that's hopefully what we're going to find. Some postcodes and stuff we can start investing in Coventry if we were to do so. Okay, so key top attractions in Coventry. So let's have a look. So Coventry Cathedral, seems like a big thing. Transport Museum. Okay, so Coventry. So we read about that before, having a good motor industry previously. Transport Museum. Coventry. What else have we got? Coventry Cathedral. Cathedral. Midlands. Now stuff like, I'm thinking concerts and stuff, probably not going to be a thing in Coventry, because I imagine with its proximity to Birmingham, a lot of like big musical stuff, because I'm thinking of service accommodation from that point of view. So maybe not too much. I'd suspect this would probably be good for the contractor market in service accommodation, just off what we're looking at already. In fact, let's find out where the closest arena is. Coventry Arena. So that looks like the football stadium in Coventry, in the centre. So let's have a look to see what sort of stuff they get on there. Oh, it doesn't like that. Coventry Arena. Coventry Building Society Arena. Let's see what stuff they've got on there. Because again, this is going to... So, Brian Adams. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Any Brian Adams for Paul Smith, local lad to me. Chris Moyles. Okay, so yeah, maybe I was doing Coventry a disservice there. They do have an arena. Coventry. So you might get people coming to stay for this. I mean, even Birmingham, you know what what was it, to Birmingham on the train from Coventry. Let's have a look. Coventry directions. Let's go to Birmingham on the train. So you're half an hour. So, you know, people could possibly stay in Coventry if they were going to Birmingham, a little bit cheaper maybe. I think from a service accommodation point of view. 30 minutes to Birmingham on the train. Okay, so what else? So yeah, you might get a lot of people who are touring the country, going to cathedrals to do performances and choirs and stuff like that. We've got another museum, music museum. Some galleries, some theatres, general stuff that are in most cities. Okay, right, let's get back into the map. And let's have a look for some hospitals. Coventry hospitals. Right, so there's definitely a cluster over here. So we've got a health centre in the centre of Coventry. So health centre in central Coventry. So sort of where are we looking around here? So I suspect, let's go look on the map. So sort of a close radius to this. So looking at these sort of terraced looking properties here, I imagine all around here is going to make good rental areas. You know, close proximity to health centres, people got to work there, and it's not that close to the city centre. So this ring road here looks like central Coventry. Right, yeah, we've got the university there, the cathedral, transport museum. So this is going to be the sort of city centre. So you're a little bit outside of it there, with that health centre there. So that is, yeah, so I suspect all around here is going to be a good rental area. You can see the rows and rows of terraced houses now. So there's some big building going on there. Nice park there as well. Okay, so there's one. Where are the rest of them? A bit further out. Right, okay. So, alright, so we've got a university. So we've got a couple of teaching hospitals. University hospital, okay. So around here is going to be really good. So University Hospital Coventry. In fact, let's go for how many hospitals and health centres in Coventry. Coventry Telegraph. So we want NHS ones really, because they're the big employers. Okay, so this is the one we found, University Hospitals, Coventry and Warwickshire. That was us, so let's just copy and paste that. So all around that area is going to be really good. So that looks like the main big hitters really. A couple of hospices there. pool there. Just go to my wired internet. Right, yeah, so these, lots of terraced houses around here, which I like, close to the M6, which is good. And that's some other key things for it, close to M6 motorway, good travel. Okay, so we've got a couple of clusters of health centre there and some main hospitals there. There's actually not that many, I thought there'd be more. Let's have a look. Health centre. Alright, there we go. Now sound. We've got loads of stuff going on now. Some of these might be private. But all of these sort of stuff have to employ people. Right, yeah, so in fact what we'll do, I like to do this, is we will take a little screen grab of this. So this will show us some good locations. Okay, so we're happy with sort of hospitals and that sort of stuff. So let's get into big businesses. Biggest. So this is like, this stuff does take time, and it can be a bit laborious. So you definitely need to set aside some time, a couple of hours to do this. You know, you could probably go even into more detail than I'm going into here. But any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments. I can show you how to. I can try and help with any of those questions. Top companies in. Right. Okay. So we've got Amazon, McDonald's, Jaguar Land Rover, Sainsbury's. So there's some big employers. Can we see any of these on the map? Right, okay, yeah. So we've got some big employers there. A lot of them are relatively central. The major centre of advanced manufacturing include automotive, rail, aerospace and motorsports. Employees excess of 40,000. Okay, that's good. UK aerospace and informal success stories, opportunities, world-class innovation, aren't these? Alright, okay, so we've got some really good manufacturing. Okay, aerospace, D. Alright, so there's a couple of big hitters here. Rolls-Royce, Aerosmith Engineering. Let's find out where these are. Rolls-Royce. Oh, Google Maps. Rolls-Royce. Right, okay, yeah, so just a bit further out from the university hospital, Rolls-Royce, so I suspect this area of Coventry is going to be really good. So with that being said, let's start trying to find some postcodes, because we've sort of set the scene there for Coventry as an area generally. It's, to me, there's a lot going on, geographically located really well in the country, quick access to Birmingham, London, lots of hospitals, some big employees in the area. So it's all ticks in the box for me. But like I said, most places in the UK do work for property investing. You just need to understand what is specific in them, and we've done a bit of that research now. So I think it's time to now start looking in some Facebook groups so we can drill down to try and find some specific postcodes. My guess is we're probably looking at this side of Coventry maybe, but yeah, we'll see. So we want to head over to Facebook. So I am part of quite a lot of the different property Facebook groups, so we'll just have a peruse on them. On my internet decides to hurry up, so let's go to Progressive Property. And what we're going to do is you can search these groups for people who have mentioned the word Coventry. So there we go, Cov Stays Coventry. So this is going to be an Airbnb company, I suspect. So, which is a good sign for us. So Coventry, another busy week in Coventry. Happy Friday, folks. Don't you just love property setup weeks? Pillars, Partners, latest Coventry. Eden House is now available to book. Thanks, someone's going to be in my team. Close to Coventry City Centre. Sleeps up to 6. Got any idea on postcodes here? No. Sourcing opportunity required. So there's people looking for properties in in Coventry. Sourcing fees, buildings. Oh, she's looking for some pretty big buildings. Here we go. Comrade. Professional photos and I'll let you service accommodation. This was 2020 in the Coventry on my mailbox. Just thought I'd share with you. Keys collected Wednesday. Deal sourced by an agent. Any idea where this is? No real clue. Need to invest. What a house CV on Coventry. So it seems like Coventry is a good place to invest. Quite a lot of people invest in there. I was in Coventry yesterday. Everyone spoke to very happy to have conversations about robotics line building, build modular housing. Some more essays in Coventry. I mean, essays tend to work pretty well in any city centre, really, from my experience. There's nothing major there. There's no specific postcode, so let's try property. Let's find some of the other groups. Have a look at this one. Okay, pleasure hosting the next Coventry Warwickshire PIN meeting. So there's some good networking events in Coventry. So a good tip might be to start reaching out to some of these people. So if you can get some names of people, there you go, Matthew Scott. So he's looking for people to invest with him for HMOs. Can we say Coventry postcodes? Here we go. So John, 2nd of December 2023. Why don't people invest in high demand areas? Plan on my target postcode 24, and I thought I'd share my process. Here we go. Find the postcode in an area the highest and fastest sales figures demand. Only include areas where properties are selling on average within 40% of my budget. Blah, 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 blah. So we've got CW7. Let's have a look at that then. CW7 postcode area. That is nowhere near Coventry. Coventry postcode map. So here we go, we got that postcode. So CV we're looking for. So we were there, so CV2 I suspect. So let's try that. CV2, anyone talking about CV? Let's go back to progressive and try CV2 actually. CV2 postcode. So what you could do here is reach out to some of these people. Actually, let's see this fella. Close days Coventry. So we can reach out to these guys. You could reach out to these guys and say, what's CV2 like as an area? You know, I'm thinking of investing. So we can carve. So this is a good way to start building up your network in these areas, because you want people on the ground. Although we're doing a lot of this research up front, you still want to know people in the area who are doing this like day to day and based there if you're not based in the area. That's super important. And you know, these people will sometimes give away some hints and tips. Here we go. Let's check out his website because we might get some good locations there. Listings. Here we go. CV1, CV3, CV1, CV1, CV1. Right, okay, so that sort of feeds into, where is he? CV1, CV3. Yeah, so I suspect we're going to be looking around these two postcodes here. So CV1, CV2 and CV3. I think they're postcodes to start looking at. I mean, always city centre ones always tend to do pretty well. So with that being said, so with the Facebook groups, I'd just do a big trawl of them, search Coventry, search the postcode, see what else you can find. But you'll start reaching out to a lot. You'll start finding a lot of people who you can connect with, and they will know the area really well. So yeah, start reaching out to people. That would be my advice with that. So let's get on to prime location spots. Oh no, prime location. Sorry. Prime location heat map. What I'll do, just to make it easy for everyone, I'll put the link for this in here. So this is back to our principle of the 1 to 10. We want to avoid the 1s and we want to avoid the 10s. So let's start zooming in. Let's find Coventry. So yeah, this does a heat map of the average prices in the area. So we were looking, so you can see that the deep red is really expensive, and then as it sort of, there you go, high, yellow comes down, green is like medium. We want to be like this range here. Up here might be good for like flips and stuff, but if we're buying stuff to add value and rent out, this is where we sort of want to be. You want to avoid this sort of deep blue. That's C. So we've got a pocket there, a deep blue. So we probably want to avoid there. So this is where the hospital was, wasn't it? Yeah, is that the hospital there? Possibly. And it also gives you average prices as well. So Coventry feels quite expensive at the moment. So yeah, these are all a bit too nice, really. Here we go, 186. So you've got little pockets there of the sort of the blue. We're looking for the sort of green area. Right, here we go. Rows and rows of terraced. So this varies a lot. So what you can do is you can start, once you get some locations, what I like to do is I'll just screenshot like the roads and then lob this in there. And then you then know the sort of streets you're looking at, because this is where we want to drill down. You really want to drill down into streets and stuff rather than keeping it sort of broad and specific with areas. So let's have a look at street checker. And we're looking for, let's go for Burnham Street. Burnham Road, sorry. Coventry. Coventry. So CV3. So we've got the postcode now. So this is a really good website you can use to check information on the area and stuff and see what sort of properties are in that area. So let's have a look. Housing. So housing tenure on this road. You've got quite a lot of semis, a couple of terraced, 46 terraced. Okay, that might not be enough stock for us. You sort of want to see this pie to be the majority of it. Here we go. Owned outright, 57. Owned with a mortgage. There's only 18 from a private landlord. Okay, that might not be good enough for us. Let's try and find another area. Where else did we like? Where else did we like? In fact, what we can do is we can go to Rightmove and reverse engineer it. We can find where stuff is for rent. So CV, let's go CV2 to rent. It's postcode only. Property. Let's go for terraced just to keep stuff simple. Wow. Coventry is got some heavy rents. Let's just go for terraced because they're stereotypical. 4-bed, 1,500 a month. Close to University Hospital. Here we go. Tarrant Walk. Right, let's find out where that is. CV2JJ. Let's get onto the maps. Okay, Tarrant Walk. So that is University Hospital. Just trying to work out where this is in relation to this. Down here, I think. There we go, that's us, isn't it? Tarrant Walk, is that us? Tarrant Walk, correct. So this feels a bit better, 170-ish. So let's get a little snapshot of that. This area might be a good area for us. So you can start, maybe jump between them and Rightmove and just see where stuff's renting, and then cross-check with prime location heat maps to make sure it's not super rough and like super high end. Because if we're buying for a buy to let and stuff, that's gonna impact it. Because if it's too expensive, yeah, we're not gonna have a clue. And then we can start looking at the specific properties. So we've got one here. So property type. So this is 2-bed terraced. So terraced, bedrooms, 2. Average purchase price around there. We're looking at 170-ish. 170-ish. Rental income. What was that? 950 for a 2-bed. That was a lot. And then we can start putting these links in here. And we could also start searching for properties for sale in this area as well now. So now we've got the postcode. Let's go back to Rightmove. Oh, let me just get that postcode. For sale, CV2. This postcode only. Okay, there's nothing there. Let's just go within half a mile. So 3 beds. Wow, 285. it's quite expensive, isn't it, really? It's a bungalow 250. Bungalows are always expensive. Right, terrace 3-bed. There we go, Farron Way. Let's have a look where this is. Right, yeah, that's literally right by the university. So, let's get the link for that. We can start. You want to get as many of these in this table as possible to give you comparables. So, this is a terraced 3-bed, and that is on for 245. Now, this is just what's on the market. So, let's have a look to see what something like that would go for the rental. This game is a game of many tabs open on Google at once. So what was our postcode there? CV2. So CV2 seems like a good area. For sale. Let's open it up a bit. 1 mile property, houses. We wanted. This was a terraced, wasn't it? Filter. Bing, bing. This is where you need to get your. Have I gone on for sale there as opposed to rent? I think I have. What a fool. To rent, property type, houses, buying properties. Alright, there's nothing there. So, we found that last time. Let's just open up the search a bit. 1 mile. Do we have any 3-bed terraces for rent? So we got our terrace one there. Wow. So that we're looking at around. Let's have a look. So that is just over £1,000 a month, 1,100 a month, and that is a terraced 3-bed, and that's going to be a similar purchase price around there, I think. But this is a rental comparable. And that is 1,150. So you want to get as many of these as possible. So it seems like CV2 is a good area close to the university. So we've sort of nailed this as one of our areas. But you know, you can start. It's pretty nice inside actually. You can start doing as much of this due diligence as possible. Get, you know, sort of really drill down into the roads and the streets where it works. And this is where this is where the heat map comes into its own. Because depending on your strategy, you might want to go for maybe these type of properties if you're looking for flips. Maybe these if you're looking for buy-to-lets. Depending on what you're doing with HMOs, maybe these as well if you're trying to convert them, which is sort of what we're looking to do. By the way, guys, any questions, make sure you drop them in the comments, and I'll answer them as well. And if you're enjoying this, don't forget to subscribe. So yeah, that seems like the best place to there. And then you want to start getting some agents in Coventry. So we've already got a couple there. So what are they called? EP. What's the agent? Where's the agent's info? We got their number. Let's go back to results. Comes up the agent number. There we go. Agent 1. So what I'd start doing then is EP. I'd start ringing these agents to say, if I was to buy a property in, I was trying to FaceTime. If I was trying to buy a property in CV2, what would you say? Where would you recommend? Where is good? Where is bad? And that's where you can get a lot of the sort of local knowledge from the agents. But again, this is where the Facebook one in particular is a good hack, because you can definitely find people who are local in that area who will help you out with that sort of stuff. And you can pick their brains. Yeah, there's a couple more agents here. One agent's this. Nice houses in Coventry. Sheldon Bosley. Let's go back. So 024766. So while you're doing this, I'd spend quite a bit of time just blitzing loads of the local agents in the area and just say, listen, you know, I've done this, I've done that, I've been looking at, you know, CV2 or CV3 down here. You know, where would you avoid? Where if I brought you, a good question to ask is, where if I brought you a property would it get snapped up instantly? That's a really good one to ask them. And then, so this is a sort of framework of the profiler for assessing a new area, particularly if you're not from the area. So as you can see with this video, it does take quite a long time, but you know, I hope you guys have found it useful. And this is the sort of the granular detail you need to go into with areas to really understand where you're buying property and why you're buying it in that location. Because particularly if you're working with investors or you're finding deals for them, you know, if they ask you any questions, you need to be able to be super confident in the area and stuff. If you can go, well, hospital here, this here, which if you're from an area is, you know, comes naturally to you, but if you're looking at new areas, this is where it can be a bit different. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed that. I will drop a link down below for the template. So if you want the template, just drop your email below and I'll get it emailed over to you. I will drop in the Coventry one. So if anyone wants to invest into Coventry, I've done a bit of legwork for you here already. And then I'll also drop in the blank template for you to start going through this yourself, because it gives you some prompts of, you know, the sort of stuff you need to be looking into. And, you know, you want to go in a lot more detail on this. I just didn't want this video to be like 4 hours long. But yeah, you can definitely go into more detail with that. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you found it useful. Don't forget to subscribe and yeah, sign up to the email below. Nice one.